It is Young, Hageman, McCoy, Hellman, as well as Laura Mummy. The Yellow Jackets will have Deming, Lauer, Kibling, along with Alexandra Leslie. And I believe the fifth player on the floor, it is not Kaminsky, it is Kelsey Hurley. Starter Sarah Kaminsky is in foul trouble with 3, so she will start the second half on the bench. Mommy with a nice bullet pass. Hellman is going to tee up that triple, rather, and hits the front end of the iron. Spartans led by as many as 17 in the first half. Their current lead is at 13. The Yellow Jackets really in an unfamiliar spot as they have kind of hit a brick wall throughout the course of the year as it's thrown out of bounds with 16 to shoot. And Jim Scheibel is trying to guide his Yellow Jackets back to some winning ways. They started out 16-1 and an amazing record there, but ever since have gone cold. Hellman the rebound, Spartans going the other way. And she will operate the point. Hageman was, I think, thinking about pulling up for 3, thought about it again, but will elect to pass on that shot, and McCoy tosses it over towards the band, so that was a self-inflicted Spartan turnover there. Only 3 turnovers in the first half in total for Jen Reimer's club. So they shot well, and they protected the ball well. Teeing it up for 2. That's a no-go for Deming. Chasing down the ball, Rochester gets it back. It's a hustle down offensive rebound for Alexandra Leslie. She more accustomed to getting them near the rim. And we're going to have a Spartan foul, just the first for the team. But it is a very significant foul because it is number 3 for Hillary Hellman, but she will stay in the game. Long 3, off the mark, claiming the Bryn Lauer miss was Case Western Reserve, and Hageman rather, missed one right in the paint, so a rare miscue from her. And another offensive rebound by Rochester. They hit it back again. So new shot clock going all the way, strong move. There was nobody that was going to stop Kelsey Hurley that time. She'll make it a 41-30 game. That is just her first points of the evening. Spartans' lead is still comfortable, but you can bet that Jen Reimer told them do not get comfortable here in the second half because the Yellow Jackets can turn it on with a flip of a switch. And Hellman is going to come off of the floor, so she and her 3 fouls will take a rest. Her replacement is Alex Roth, junior guard out of St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know where that pass was going as Lauer tried to throw it over the defense, but she threw it over her teammates as well. I don't think she was trying to aim for Coach Sean McConnell, but that's kind of in the neighborhood of where that pass went, as Coach is here to support his women's team, and his men will tee it up at 8 o'clock in the coming hours. McCoy is wide open for 3, but it is off the side of the iron. Now Mummy, foot on the gas pedal, out to Roth for a triple, and she nailed it. Well, the Spartans wanted a 3 on that possession, and they got it, and they just did a great job to find the right player. Roth has her first field goal. Down low, Mummy defending Leslie, and Mummy has done a phenomenal job defending the post. Here's another look at it. Trying to post up Alexandra Leslie just about every other play because of her size mismatch. But another Rochester turnover. They just haven't been able to utilize her. As Mummy will give it up, McCoy over to Kara Hageman. That is a 3. It is off the mark. Spartans hustling to get back on D. They're going to try to push, and stopping on a dime and dropping it in is Lauren Deming. She now has 6. Spartans' lead is 44-32. Almost 4 minutes gone by, quarter number 3. Roth came to the ball. Gonna give Mummy a look. Here she comes off of that curl. Out to Hageman, another 3, and it is short once again. So Hageman has gone a little cold from the corner. And a whistle at the other end of the floor. It is a violation, a Rochester violation. And the Spartans bench really letting them hear it now. They're having fun tonight, and rightfully so. They have been pretty much in complete control of this game since about the 5-minute mark of the first half. There's still plenty of game left to go, and Rochester can really get it going quickly. There's a turnover. Deming comes up with it and draws the foul. I think that was Silvestri driving, and it was Jillian Silvestri. Hageman rushing to defend in transition. So just foul number 2 on the Spartans. Hageman's second personal. And a good free throw there will cut the Yellow Jacket deficit to 11. There's a good look at Darby Kreinberg reinserting herself into the game for the second time. Another free throw coming. Well, that is one bright spot for the University of Rochester here tonight. They have shot a very good free throw. I do believe 11 of 12, and McCoy puts it in on the square and banks one in. Jess McCoy, been a big part of the offense tonight, 12 points. And the Spartan lead is back to 12. Double team there. Kreinberg and Roth combined to stop Lauren Deming. So Spartans' offense has been great, but defensively, they have been just as good. They are leading the Yellow Jackets, a ranked Yellow Jackets team, by 12, and the air ball by Mummy is received by McCoy, and a shot clock that was not reset because the ball did not hit the iron. Mummy again short. Shot clock went down to 3, but it did not hit the rim, so it will be Yellow Jacket basketball. So we've been anxious to see the Yellow Jackets' response after a 41-28 first half deficit, but Spartans are still well in control of this one. I think Jess McCoy is going to pick up a foul as Deming was driving on her. And it is going to be a McCoy violation. There are the hands of McCoy right there. It is going to be the first Jessica McCoy foul. Thankfully not in the act. They're going to go right into the bucket, or at least an attempt to go to the bucket. It was Deming off of the inbound. Going to draw another foul. So 2 fouls in the last 4 or so seconds by the Spartans. They now have 4 as a team. And the Yellow Jackets are back at the line. Deming now has 7, looking for 8. And good news for the Spartans. Alexandra Leslie is off of the floor. Didn't quite see who came in for her. I do believe it was Mary Cronenwetter, 6'1" sophomore out of Bridgewater, New Jersey. There's Deming going back to the stripe, in which she is just a 60%er, but she does make many trips to the line. So that makes it a 10-point game. And with that, Deming will sit. Tyler Guerreri back into the game for the Yellow Jackets. Got a very deep team, the Yellow Jackets too. They list 19 players on their roster, and they rotate at least 9 or 10, maybe even 11 or 12, as Hellman almost walked with it. Nah, she did walk with it. So Hellman and her 12 points will turn it over there. 4:15 to play. We're in quarter number 3 here at Case Western Reserve University. Blocked by Mummy. Mummy has been some kind of a defensive presence here this evening. Here's another good look at it. As Cronenwetter was trying to post her up, but Mummy just straight up said no and got all ball. Going baseline. Silvestri had to give it up with 8 to shoot. Going right to the rim, not able to score. That is Lauer. And a Mummy rebound in traffic. Alexis Amergy is back in there. They're going right to Hageman, back out to Mummy, and Mummy walked with it. So Tom Lunt called the travel there. Spartans offense has cooled off a little bit. They had 41 in the first half, just 5 to show for the third quarter. In fact, that's a pretty big discrepancy between quarters. As excellent footwork and a score by Cronenwetter. Boy, the footwork, you just can't beat that time. For the first time in a long time, it brings Rochester within single figures. Hagman teeing it up for 2. It bounced out of there. The Spartans would like to get Kara Hageman going. 7 points for her. Wide open, a triple. And a big rainbow of a 3 as Sarah Kaminsky says, hello, I'm back into the game. Been a while since we've heard from her. She's got 7. And a quick Yellow Jacket foul at the other end. Hellman is going to the stripe as she was interfered with. Silvestri picks up the foul. Hillary Hellman, 12 points in the first half, scoreless thus far in the third quarter. And gets a favorable roll, extending the Spartan lead to 6. Quite a few foam fingers in the crowd this evening. The Spartans' lead is just at 6, so they're still in command, but offensively, they've been a little bit of a different team here in the third quarter. As Silvestri throws up the triple between the circles and does not connect. As Hellman drew a double team, lost the handle. Spartans get it back though. Hageman saw it. Here she comes, going left and gets one to go. Hageman had gone quiet for the last several minutes, but she is back on the board and approaching double figures. 9 points for Hageman. Spartan lead up to 8 at 49 to 41. Down low, Cronenwetter. Such great footwork the first time. Hustling down the rebound, Guerreri got it back, and they're going to say Spartan basketball, much to the dismay of Tyler Guerreri. I can't quite tell from that angle who was last to touch, but see the reaction there from the Yellow Jackets. They were pleading their case for another possession. Young freed herself up. Now Hellman, one-on-one. Whistle away from the ball. Yellow Jackets picking up another foul. That is just their third, so they still have one to give. As it is the first on Cronenwetter. Alex Roth will exit the game for the moment. And Samantha Magliato is back into the game. Just her third game of the year. Spartans have had their fair share of the injury bug, as McCoy unable to connect from a short range. Wild layup there, Kaminsky. That's not normally a shot she takes. And 3 in the air, it's good. Kayla Kipling, fourth-year player out of Lafayette, New York, has just brought the Yellow Jackets to within 5. And if you're the Spartans, think your concern barometer is starting to get up there a little bit now. And a whistle will stop the clock with 1 minute to go. Simone Jelks says foul on Case Western Reserve. It's McCoy's second. And that is a big one. So the Spartans will regroup as they call a timeout here. Their one-time 17-point lead now cut to 5 by the Yellow Jackets. They are approaching and in the rearview mirror. We'll be back.
Inspired by the 60s, Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, Dave's Cosmic Subs uses only the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Dave's Cosmic Subs are perfect for any occasion, especially your next Spartan Athletics gathering. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry or call 216-320-0330 for delivery. There's only one legendary sub, and that's Dave's.
A one-time Spartan 17-point lead has been narrowed to 5. This would make it 4 on the free throw. It is good. Tyler Guerreri has just made it a 4-point game. Now the Yellow Jackets could make it a one-possession contest here. And she does. She goes 2 of 2 from the line. This Rochester basketball team just kind of looked defeated at points in the second quarter. They trailed by 13 at the half, but the Spartans have gone a little cold offensively as they are now just 3 of 14 shooting from the floor in quarter number 3 and just 8 points in the period. Here comes a driving Cronenwetter and she lays it in. Spartans let her get to her right hand. It was just a little too easy right there. It is a 1-point game. The Yellow Jackets have battled all the way back, and we still have plenty of game left. As Hellman, the leading scorer for the Spartans, may have had it partially tipped. It is out of bounds and Rochester basketball. In the first half, the Spartans shot about 42% from the floor. Third quarter has been a different story. There's Bryn Lauer getting back into the action for the Yellow Jackets. She is the starting 2-guard on this Rochester squad. 9 seconds to go. They'll pick it up at about 3/4 court. They could take the lead right here on the give and the dump and the score. The finish by Lauren Deming has given the Yellow Jackets the lead, and the Spartans are stunned. They led by 13 in the second quarter. We're going to the fourth quarter, trailing by a point. The Deming finish makes it 50-49. We'll take a break.
Everyone loves a comeback, right? Especially when that comeback is Queso Diablo from Qdoba, full of spicy satisfaction to take you straight to queso bliss. That fiery, smoky sensation you've been craving has returned. Celebrate the comeback of Queso Diablo, available now and for an infinite time, only at Qdoba Mexican Grill.
Well, what a difference a quarter makes. 22 points in the second quarter for the Spartan women and just 8 in the third quarter. And we have ourselves a brand new ball game here at the Horsburgh Gymnasium. Eddy Jansen giving you all of the action. There's a good look at the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets bench. They are a very loud and vocal group. They were very vocal in the pregame warm-ups and a very passionate crowd on hand tonight, trying to see their Spartan women hammer out a win here. It would be just their second win in 7 games. But they have pulled off a big upset before. They were the ultimate underdog against New York University. They won that game by 2. And at times, they were in total control of this one, but a 22-8 third quarter run has given the Yellow Jackets new life. Well, they missed one near the rim. And the Spartans, have a chance to reclaim the lead here with all of the starters on the floor. Hellman trying to go all the way. She had it blocked straight up. It was Deming, just froze right in her tracks and just got all ball. I think we're going to get a good second look at this right here. Here's Hellman going to her right, and right there it is. That was a clean block, to say the least. Spartans need to dial back the offense and get back to where they were in the second quarter, and Hellman fires in the three. She took a shot to the deck and gets right back up. Hellman has 15 to lead all scorers. Going right on Hellman and drawing a whistle. It is Lauren Deming. No, it's a travel violation. And a good break for the Spartans there. That would have been pretty detrimental to have Hellman with what would have been her fourth foul, but luckily she will remain with 3. Give and go to McCoy. It is a 2, and that is off the mark. Yellow Jackets have come a long way. Their 18-4 record has really gotten them considerable notice in the rankings. They get it back. Leslie is on the floor. It is a whistle, stopping the clock with 8:33 to play. That was Leslie back in there. And she was trying to spin into Mummy and drew that foul. And that is foul number 4 against Hellman. So that is going to be an issue going forward. Teeing it up for a long triple. It is no good from the near side corner. And the Spartans are going to get it back as it takes a long Spartan bounce out of bounds. Hellman's going to have to come off of the floor, and the sharpshooting specialist, Alex Roth, the St. Louis, Missouri product, back onto the floor. Just about a minute 40 gone by here in the all-important fourth quarter as Hageman loses the handle, and it is a takeaway. It is Bryn Lauer going to get the Yellow Jackets going in transition, but they will operate out of the half-court offense. McCoy defending. Now right in front of the Rochester bench. That is plucked out of there. Mummy almost came up with a steal, but knocked away what could have been an easy lay-in for Leslie. Can't say enough about the defense of Laura Mummy. When she is on the floor, you've got to strategize differently because she gives you so much rim protection. Luckily for the Spartans, she's been able to see a great deal of minutes here tonight. Yellow Jackets have a shot clock at single digits, and it is a clutch score for Alexandra Leslie as she will go in for a potential three-point play off of the foul. McCoy got in there just a second too late. 14 quiet points for Alexandra Leslie. That's just a little bit underneath her season average of about 16. And a rare miss on her end, but the Jackets get it back, and that is a backbreaker. So another 30 seconds or so of defense coming for the Spartans. Already spent a lot of energy guarding Leslie down there, and she fired it out to Deming, who missed it short. McCoy, the hustle down rebound. Roth needed some help. McCoy needs some help now as she's lucky to get it back. Now Hageman pushing. And Jen Reimer wants to talk. A Spartan timeout will stop play as we are tied at 52 apiece with 7:10 to go. Spartans want to talk it over. They're looking to get some offense when we come back.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Well, a one-time 17-point advantage for the good guys here, so to speak, has turned into a tie game with 7:10 to play and a turnover against Case Western Reserve. They had just 3 turnovers in the first half. They have 7 of them combined in the third quarter and the first 3 minutes of the fourth. Well, if you have to try to come up with a reason as to why offensively they've been quiet, as McCoy comes up with a steal and Hageman lays it in with a left hand. It counts, and she was fouled. Big time field goal on the run for Hageman, as McCoy came away with a clean strip and a great transition pass. Set it up. So Hageman with 11, looking for 12. There's 12 for Hageman, and the second foul picked up by Deming. Well, if you try to point your finger at a reason why the Spartans offense has cooled off, is there's another steal by McCoy. Sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. They were feeling it in the first half, and they're feeling it again, as Emily Young cuts right to the rack, and out of the timeout, it is a 5-0 Spartan spurt. Still 6.5 to go, though. Leslie trying to get free on the block. She's having to work hard for it. She will post up Mummy, and Mummy is going to get slapped with a reach-in foul guarding Leslie. The much taller 6'2", Alexandra Leslie. And there it is right there. Mummy was going for the ball. But Mummy is going to have personal foul number 3. Just the third team foul for Case Western Reserve. Leslie trying to go all the way. Could not finish. But the Yellow Jackets get it back once again. They have been superb on the offensive glass here in the second half. Spartans up 5. Leslie again, Hageman 2 hands up, stepping away and knocking it down. Boy, great defense by Hageman, just better offense for Leslie. Nothing you can do there, a 3-point contest. Spartans still in front. A high Hageman pick with her back to the basket, trying to make some room. Here she comes with a right hand. Not going to go, but draws a whistle. And a very disciplined fourth quarter for Rochester, just their second foul. Here's a good look at it. They're going to tag Deming for her third personal foul. And Hageman making that first free throw. She now has 13 points, approaching the individual scoring lead. Hillary Hellman is your leader with 16 to lead all scorers. These are big free throws for Hageman. She's been a little streaky from the field. If you can get a couple of easy free throws, maybe you can get her mid-range shot going. Or at least that is what Jen Reimer and company have in mind. They are defending Leslie on the double team, going out to the elbow. It is a no-go on the Tyler Guerreri mid-ranger. She was open, but just could not drill it. And maybe had a little too much room there. Hellman giving the D a look. Gonna try to fire in a 3, just a tad deep there from Hellman, who has shot a very reliable 3-point shot tonight, now 4 of 6. Open 3, looks good, and it is. Bryn Lauer got all of that one. And the Yellow Jackets back within two. The 18-4 Rochester Yellow Jackets trailed by as many as 17 at one point to the Spartan women. They had taken a 2-point lead at one point. But the Jackets trying to get their offensive swagger back. Mummy had to chase it down. Shot clock is at 8, went for the head fake. Now McCoy wanted to draw that bump, but instead gets it high off the glass and banks it in. Another heads-up play by Jessica McCoy. 14 now for Jessica McCoy and a 61-57 lead for the Spartan women. McCoy got out to the line to meet Kaminsky. Kaminsky, athletic play by Sarah Kaminsky. She is a fan favorite for the fan base of the Yellow Jackets that has made it here to Cleveland. And Emily Young laid it in, but could not get it to go. There's an and one. The Yellow Jackets have made it a 2-point contest, and the Jackets will regroup with the 5 players on the floor as Bryn Lauer has made it a very interesting game now. I beg your pardon, it is a tie game now. A 3-point play would give the lead back to the Yellow Jackets, who have lost 3 of 6. Spartans having lost 5 of 6, but they are very eager to get back in the win column. So we will remain tied at 61 all. McCoy telling everybody to get out of the way. She wants that Mummy screen. Here she comes. Nearly lost the handle. And a reach-in foul against the Yellow Jackets. Jim Skybel cannot believe what he just saw there. It is just the 3rd personal foul, so it does no damage, but it gets the the Spartans rather out of trouble. Hageman fires it in. Found Young. The shot clock does reset, so they can take all the time they want to get the right shot that they desire. Is McCoy trying to create off the dribble. Back up top, Hageman. Hellman set that pick out to Mummy. That is a 3. Doesn't quite get the roll. Deming the board. Under 3 minutes to play. We've got ourselves a contest here after what was looking to be a blowout win for the Spartan women here at home. Rochester has lost 2 straight in Cleveland to the Spartans, and Mummy caught the steal, and we are going to go the other way as well. I do believe she was fouled. It is probably going to be a foul on Leslie. I do believe that is who it's on. It is her 3rd personal, so that's a big foul. Every possession matters. And the Spartans are well aware of that. That is a clean strip. Lauren Deming just took it right away from McCoy, had it blocked. Oh, and they're going to call a whistle on Jess McCoy. This was an excellent defensive effort. Look at it again. Boy, I know in real time that's tough to tell on the run, but with the luxury that we have, looked like McCoy got all ball there. Big free throws on the way for Rochester. And Deming, the 6'1" sophomore guard out of Waterloo, New York, has given the lead back to the Yellow Jackets. Trying to make it a 2-point contest. And it will remain a 1-point lead for Rochester. So Case can take the lead back here if they can get to the rim, because the 3-point shot has not been in their favor here in the second half. Hellman working down low. She drew a crowd, including Alexandra Leslie, but that's not who the whistle is going to be on. It is going to be Lauer picking up the foul. But it sends the Spartans to the line. Personal foul number 2 on Lauer. Hellman, a good free thrower, but unable to connect there. She shoots at a 71% clip. And she has really gotten better in a very short period of time in her freshman year. 17 points for Hellman. She had 12 of those 17 in the first half, and we are once again tied at 62 apiece. Traveling violation. Boy, Rochester has just committed some turnovers, very uncharacteristic of their unit here today, as they are now in double digits in turnovers on the game. So this game is going to be won by who plays better in the last 2 minutes. Here comes Hageman, had to give it up. It is McCoy operating with the ball in her hands. Found Hageman on the block, trying to turn to face. Here she comes, driving and having it stopped by Deming. They are going the other way in favor of Rochester, laying it in. Offensive foul. It was Deming. Got a little too much muscle on her defender there. You see McCoy in the back end of your picture doing a great job. That's a textbook play as McCoy sacrificing everything to get her team another possession. She'll feel it for a little bit, but that move paid off big time. Well, you love how Jess McCoy is just so fundamentally sound, because there is just not a thing on this basketball court that she cannot do. She is so versatile in every way, shape, and form. Mummy working on that elbow. Now she's going to try to drive around Leslie, lost the handle. Spartans will keep it with 14 on the shot clock and 1:13 to play here in a tie game. McCoy will inbound it. They wanted to find Hellman, and they did. She is being defended heavily by Lewis. It is a Spartan turnover as Lauer takes it away. And Jim Scheibel, head coach of the Yellow Jackets, wants to talk things over. Sweaty palms time. We're getting nervous here with 1:01 to play. Who's going to come away with a win? We'll find out after we return from this short break.
Inspired by the 60s, Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, Dave's Cosmic Subs uses only the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Dave's Cosmic Subs are perfect for any occasion, especially your next Spartan Athletics gathering. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry or call 216-320-0330 for delivery. There's only one legendary sub, and that's Dave's.
We are going down to the wire. 61 seconds left in this one. We are all tied at 62 apiece as the Rochester Yellow Jackets break the huddle, as do the Spartans. Well, if the Spartans can't find a way to pull this one out, I'm going to feel pretty disappointed, because their lead was at 17 at one point. And in the third quarter, Rochester went on a 22-8 run. There's an opening, but thankfully for the Spartans, a miss. Kayla Kibling was hoping to make that one. The gates opened wide open for her, but luckily for Case Western Reserve, she was not able to deposit it. Hageman needs some help with 12 on the shot clock. Oh, we're going the other way. Spartans coughed it up. Hellman was doing everything in her power to come up with something, but it will be Rochester ball with less than 30 seconds to go, and the shot clock will be turned off when we return out of this timeout.
Everyone loves a comeback, right? Especially when that comeback is Queso Diablo from Qdoba, full of spicy satisfaction to take you straight to queso bliss. That fiery, smoky sensation you've been craving has returned. Celebrate the comeback of Queso Diablo, available now and for an infinite time, only at Qdoba Mexican Grill.
Well, either way, it looked like it was going to be Yellow Jacket ball to end the game, but the Spartans had one key opportunity and were unable to capitalize as they committed a turnover, and now Jen Reimer and her squad will have to draw up her best defensive play that she's got in the playbook. As Rochester will have, if they elect to, the final possession of regulation. And the Spartans have committed 5 fouls, so the slightest touch will send Rochester to the line, in which they are 16 of 20 tonight, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. Full court pressure is on for Case Western Reserve. This is Lauer working with the ball. The shot clock has been turned off. And the Spartans, if they have ever needed a stop tonight, it is right here, right now. Lauer against Young, running into the teeth of that defense. Clock down to 6 seconds. There's a 3 from Kibling. It is no good, and it is Spartan basketball. So the defense does its job. 25 seconds on that possession. The Yellow Jackets come up short, and the Spartans have new life with 3.6 to go. Gonna keep it right here. Well, Jen Reimer just drew up a really good defensive scheme and stayed true to what she's been doing for the entire length of the game. Really, that 2-3 zone once again came up big for the Spartans. Now, offensively, they have a little bit of time to work with. So you can definitely toss the ball as high up the floor as you want to. But you will have to set a high screen and try to get to the rim very quickly. In terms of who's going to handle the ball, I'm feeling Jessica McCoy, because she has just had overall a fantastic game. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 assists and 5 steals, and also your most experienced ball handler. So Emily Young is going to inbound. Hageman, McCoy, Mummy, and Hellman on the floor. It gets to McCoy. Here she comes. She's going to have to throw it up. It will not go. We are going to overtime. So both teams coming up with big defensive stops, as McCoy was just gobbled up by at least 3 blue uniforms. There they are right there. And no foul either. It's the right call, as McCoy came up short. So, do not believe we have been to overtime yet in a while, at least. I do think there was one time where the Spartan men, I believe, went to overtime earlier on in the season. But we will have an extra period. As if the first 4 quarters weren't entertaining enough, the Spartans were really having fun with this game. At one point, they had led by 17. They were scoring with authority defensively. They were contesting shots and really playing fantastic fundamental basketball, but they'll have to do it again for another 5 minutes. The tip will be battled for between Kara Hageman, 5'11", and Alexandra Leslie, 6'2", and those long arms. And the tap is collected by Rochester. So Rochester, just 28 points in the first 2 periods, 22 in the third period. Gonna try to hold off a Spartans team looking for an upset. Leslie out to the line. Deming for a triple. No siree. The Spartans go back to work. Tied at 62. Offensively, they were really perusing everywhere as Hellman tries to connect from long range, but it just to hit the side of the iron there. So both teams going 0 for 1 on their opening possession. Looked like at one point offense was going to be the name of the game, but defense has really became crucial. Spartans picking up the foul. Laura Mummy, her fourth. She was matched up all by her lonesome with Leslie on an island on the block. She's going back to the line. As Leslie, 5 trips to the stripe in regulation. These are looks number 6 and 7, and she makes the first. Spartans to go a little smaller. Kara Hageman is going to take a seat. Alex Roth hoping to help the Spartans stretch the floor. She's in the bottom left-hand corner of your shot there. Another free throw coming. Leslie knocks them both down. 64-62, Spartans trailing a deuce. Emily Young calling out the play with her left hand. They want to get the ball to McCoy, the best creator off of the dribble. Nothing to work with there. Back to Young up top. They are going to take their time on this possession, and rightfully so. Hellman the head fake. Shot clock at 8. Bouncing into McCoy on the block. Giving up to Mummy. Here she comes cutting. Right-hander. Yepers. Laura Mummy with a nice heads-up play, helping out a teammate in need. And we are tied at 64. Thinking about that 3. Planting for a long one. Kaminsky. No good. Yellow Jackets get it back. Boy, how many offensive rebounds have they had in this game? That's their 11th. Way too many for the Spartans' liking. Long 3, it is a rainbow, and it missed everything way too deep from the corner. The Yellow Jacket miss results in a Spartan running transition attempt as Mummy, too strong there, does not get that one to drop. Under 3 minutes to play. Both of these teams have been more than satisfied with setting up in the half-court offense. And that is a big reason why. Leslie steps back, misfires. Mummy the rebound. Boy, how good a job has she done on Leslie. Leslie, 18 points, but it could be so much worse. And she's not been able to hit the big ones when they have really counted. Roth, open for 2. That one is good. Well, Alex Roth has battled her way into this rotation, giving the Spartans a 2-point lead. Out to the line for 3. It is good. It was Kayla Kibling from the right wing, making it a 1-point Yellow Jacket lead. Haven't seen too many lead changes since the very tip of the game. We've already seen a couple here in overtime. Yellow Jackets looking for a stop. Spartans looking for a score. McCoy had to try to help her out, but Kaminsky stole it away. And the Yellow Jackets with a chance to build on this lead, as we will be well under 90 seconds by the time this possession is over. They're going to soak up some clock. Spartans still in that 2-3 zone D. Young guarding. Here's the pass. Oh, they found it down low. That's too easy for Leslie. Excellent ball movement there by Rochester. She now has 20. Spartans trailing by 3, but important not to panic. Young matched up with Kibling. They will toss it to Mummy. She's on that elbow right from the free throw line. Here she comes, left-hander. No good. Defensive rebound going to the Jackets. Well, you have to get a stop here, because one more bucket would make it a 2-possession game. Leslie going to work out to the circles. It is Kaminsky down low and laying it in. Right-hander, it is Deming. Her biggest lay-in of the game, and the Yellow Jackets have taken a 2-possession lead for the first time in this game. And with 34 seconds to go, the Spartans take a timeout. Here's a good look at it. Roth and McCoy with 2 hands up. But the offense of the Yellow Jackets getting it done. Their lead is 71-66. We'll be back for the final 30.
Intercontinental Suites has been transformed into much more than a hotel. It is a center of wellness and tranquility, featuring renovated suites, an expanded fitness center, and pure rooms for guests requiring the most allergen-resistant rooms on the market. C2, our Mediterranean-style restaurant and bar, accentuates the ambiance of relaxation and rejuvenation. Chef Omar Jones has designed a menu full of fresh, locally grown herbs and vegetables, along with a flavorful cuisine inspired by the beneficial Mediterranean diet. Call the Intercontinental today at 216-707-4300. 2300 or visit us at hotelsclevelandclinic.com or on Facebook.
Well, you cross your fingers and you just really hope that the Spartans rather, can come away with something here, because it would just be a heartbreaker to watch them walk away from this game not on the winning side of it. They had built a 17-point lead, but Rochester dug into it in the third quarter thanks to a 22-8 spurt. And they've only got so much time to draw something up to get them some points here. Hageman off of the inbound, needs some help. Mummy trying to go to the left hand. She draws the contact. And a foul against Leslie. It is going to be foul number 4 on her. So the good news for the Spartans is free throws are coming. The bad news is you're going to have to foul as soon as the ball gets in. So Mummy has to make both free throws. And you're still going to have to play the foul game. Time is of the essence. They actually originally gave the foul to Leslie, but have since taken it away from her. So she will remain with 3, and Mummy misfires on the first free throw. Well, it's a big moment for her. And her teammates now more than ever need her to come through to give this Spartans team a chance. Second one falls though. And now a 4-point contest. And Rochester will elect to talk it over. So they will be drawing up an inbounds play, and we'll take the timeout with them here in Spartanville.
Inspired by the 60s, Dave's Cosmic Subs is spreading love around the world one sub at a time. Voted the best in Cleveland, Dave's Cosmic Subs uses only the freshest ingredients, all wrapped in the history of rock and roll. Dave's Cosmic Subs are perfect for any occasion, especially your next Spartan athletics gathering. Visit Dave's Cosmic Subs Coventry or call 216-320-0330 for delivery. There's only one legendary sub, and that's Dave's.
Back here at the Horsburgh Gymnasium, the Spartans are going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat for this one, although it's not the most improbable of situations with a deficit of 4. And with the Yellow Jackets going to the line, even if they make 2, it will be a 2-possession game one way or another. But you still hope for some misses. There's the foul. About 2.5 seconds come off of the game clock. It is Young picking up the violation, her second personal. So important to get the right player to the free throw line for the Spartans, because Rochester as a team, 18 of 22 from the line. A very respectable percentage. As it is Bryn Lauer, the third-year player out of Newark, New York, going to the stripe and making it a 5-point game. She'll hope to make it 6. They have been almost automatic now. 20 of 24 from the line, 83%. Can't do much better than that. Young to the hole, scores it off of the square, and we are back to a 4-point game, as we will keep it right here with 16.8 seconds left to go. Some individual scores for Case Western Reserve. Hellman is your leader with 17. She has gone 4 of 7 from 3-point range. Kara Hageman has also had a great game. 15 points, 11 rebounds. There's the finish by Emily Young, who now has 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. We will have the men's game coming up right after the conclusion of this one. So still got plenty of basketball before the night is over, but some unfinished business to take care of here. Rochester is going to inbound. Spartans will have to foul immediately. And Young again picking up her second straight foul, and she'll get a high five from teammates because I believe less than 2 seconds comes off of the clock. So the lead sits at 4. Rochester hoping to make it 5. Once again, it is Bryn Lauer, and that one will stay out. Just the 5th free throw miss in 25 trips to the stripe for Rochester. That is a very significant chunk of their offense. And they missed them both, but the offensive rebound is going to keep the Spartans on the defensive end of the floor. Well, that's a tough break. It was a long rebound, and Rochester just chased it down. Tyler Guerreri going to the line. Boy, it is just really something when your entire team helps you shoot over 80% from the line. They have just had a superb night. 2 makes and a 6-point game. So the Spartans need a 3 here. Young has it. We'll give it to the best 3-point shooter, Hellman. It's an air ball. And the clock stops with 4 seconds to go. So despite everything that the Spartans did to get to this point, probably not going to take away a win. And that is a bummer, big time. They have had a couple of games earlier this year where they built some really big leads and then were not able to hold on to them. Spartans are going to get the ball back as Hellman fires a 3. It's way too long, and that will do it. As it is a final score, Rochester comes away victorious as they break their skid. Your final from Spartanville, 75-69. The Yellow Jackets come from behind against the Spartans, who are looking for an upset. They improve to 19-4, and the Spartans drop to 7-16.